We are back with another video, and this one is on the current max attack build. If you've been watching my videos long enough, you probably already know I love maxing out my attack. Now this means my HP and defense takes a hit, but I like causing more damage. I just try to evade the attacks more, plus I carry a lot of health potions. So let's get started, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell if you want to stay up to date with anything AQ3D related. As of the Arkengrove update, the max attack is now 1952, and the crit is 1963. Now I don't know if this is the maximum amount of crit, but I know that is really high. I'm not going to be focusing on the other stats in this video. This is just about getting max attack. First thing we're going to do is the weapon. So the first weapon you're going to need is the Radiant Sentinel Rune Blade. Now this has 548 attack. If you can't get the Rune Blade, you find it too difficult, then you are in luck. You will be able to get this weapon here. Now it takes a damage on the crit. It's not as high, but the haste is higher. The attack is exactly the same. I'll be showing you where to get all of these items after showing you the actual items. For the armor, you're going to be wanting this armor right here, and this does 246 attack, which is awesome. For the helmet, you're going to want the Arkengrove Sentinel Visage. This has 115 attack. For the shoulders, you're going to be wanting the Archmage shoulders, and the reason why is because they do 109 attack. For the belt, it doesn't really matter. Any belt that has the stats that you want. There is no attack on the belt, so choose what you want. Same goes for the cape. There is no attack on the cape, so you can choose whichever one you want. If you're wanting more haste, or well, that's about all I got. This is my best cape currently, so it's the one that I'm wearing. Really good crit. For the gloves, you have two options. The first is the Archmage gloves, and the reason why is it's got 99 attack. Now if for some reason you're struggling getting this one, then you can go for the Hardened Scale Slayer Gauntlet. This has 99 attack, but it takes a hit in every other stat. For the boots, doesn't really matter because you don't have any attack on it, but if you want to have pretty decent boots, I found that the Crescent Wolf Slayer boots was a good choice. So where do you get all of these items? Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you. So first you're going to want to head to Arkengrove Forest, and you are going to want to head all the way to the bridge. You basically follow this trail right here because this trail will lead you directly to the bridge. So if you're having trouble navigating through Arkengrove Forest, just stay on the rocky trail and it will take you right to the bridge. For the first weapon I showed, you're going to want to talk to this guy right here, and in the Arken Sentinel, you are going to be finding, if you scroll way down, the Radiant Sentinel Rune Blade. You are going to be needing Arkengrove Moat, Brutal Moat, Grove Essence, and the Sentinel Sword. The Sentinel Sword can be found right here. You need Grove Essence and Arkengrove Moat. To get the Moat, pretty much kill any thing in this area, any mob in this area. To get the Grove Essence, you have to kill the bosses. Now there is the Brutal Corn, the Wolf boss, and the Derpy Corn boss. All three of those drop the Grove Essence, but it is a very low drop rate. And once you have that sword, then you're just going to need more of the Arkengrove. Like I said, these are dropped by any of the mobs. The Brutal Moat you get from the Brutal Corn, and this is a fairly low drop rate, not that low. I mean, I have 5 and I've barely farmed them. Not to mention everything I've already bought with it, so this is not that hard to get. You'll need some Grove Essence and then the Sentinel Blade. Once you have this, you will have amazing attack. The next thing you're going to need is the Arkengrove Sentinel Visage, and to get this, you are going to be needing the Arkengrove Elite Helmet. This is right here, and all you need is the Grove Essence and the Moat. Once you have that, you can then go ahead and get, well, you need more of those. Then you need to get a Brutal Moat and the Grove Essence, and Bob's your uncle. And if you are wanting another cape that has slightly better crit but worse evasion and worse haste, you can get this cape right here. It's a really good cape, but I just found that the cost of the essence was just not worth it. In the Crescent Wolf crafting shop, these are the boots that I have, and you need the Crescent Wolf hide and then the moat. The Crescent Wolf hide you can get from the Wolf boss. I also have the belt, and you can get this. Again, it's the same exact stuff to get this. And now we are off to the tower. You're going to want to head up the stairs and into the council room. Once you get to the top, talk to Archmage Arzar, and you're going to see a craft shop. Now, if you don't have any of these things unlocked that I'm showing you, you're going to have to play through the story quests to get these things unlocked. Now, as I mentioned, the belt and the boots and cape do not have attack stats, but if you are looking for a better belt than what I have, I would recommend this one right here. It has less haste, but more armor and evasion. I am using this cape right here because it has just really good stats. And I am using this armor right here. This has amazing attack, and this is what I chose. Now, to get all of these Exvideus armor stuff, you're going to be needing the Mage Scrap and the Grove Essence. These are both obtained, well, I mean, the Grove Essence, I already told you, it's dropped on the bosses. The Mage Scrap is not dropped. You can only get it from the daily quest, and the daily quest is given by the Archmage. So once every 24 hours, you can get 2 of the Mage Scrap. The Archmage gloves is what I have on, as you can see, and this requires the Grove Essence, the Mage Scrap, and you also need to have the gloves that are right here. So before you make the other gloves, you need to have these gloves first. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this belt right here, if you scroll down here, you've got the other belt. This has the exact same stats. So unless you want the physical appearance of this, it's not worth it for the stats because they're exactly the same. Now, like I said, I have this cape here. If you want this cape, which has more evasion and more haste, it has a lot less crit. For me, the trade out was just not worth it. But if you want to have more evasion, then by all means, go for this cape. Now, as I mentioned, the Stacer here that you can also get, this is basically compatible with the Rune Blade that I have. And this one here has slightly more haste, like I mentioned. This is not a craftable item. This is a drop. If you run this challenge map right here, you have a chance of getting the drop from the boss in this area. Now, it's a pretty low drop rate, but within about 40 runs, I was able to get 2 of them. So it's pretty low, but not super, super low. Next location is Dragon Slayer Camp. And what you want to do is you want to head up to the crafting book, which is just over here. And in here you can go to craft and scroll way down. You're going to get to the gauntlets. So if you don't have the other gloves that I mentioned and you want to do it this way, you can grab these gloves. These are also level 27, but all the other stats take a hit. You're going to be needing the Scale Slayer gauntlets, Dragon Trophy, and the level 120. I mean, even just to get 5 of these is going to take you a long time. Now, I already made a video showing how to get the whole hardened armor set. So instead of going into details about how to get this, I'm just going to put a link in the top right corner. You can go and check that out, as it will show you what you need to do to get this armor set. But I technically would not recommend going this route, as the other ones have better stats. Holy, I was just about to finish the video and I didn't even go into the pirate side of it. Okay, so we just got to do the gun really quickly. If you are running the pirate class, your attack is going to vary because you don't have the weapon. With the best gun in the game currently, at least the best gun when it comes to max attack, you're going to be having 1895 with a crit of 1935. To get that attack, along with the other stuff that I already mentioned. Instead of the Radiant Rune Blade, you're going to want to run the Pink Sapphire Chroma Beam. And this is dropped in the Brutal Corn Challenge. So while you're trying to get some brutal modes, you could be looking for this weapon. If you're too lazy to farm for that weapon, which it doesn't have a very low drop rate, but if you just don't feel like farming it for some reason, then in the Arkengrove Sentinel Craft Shop, you can get this one, which has the exact same stats. All you need is 300 mote, which is really easy to come by, but when you have the other things I mentioned, plus with that gun, this is what you're going to have for the Pirate class. So there you go. I hope this video helps you guys get the max attack that you've been wanting. It also gives you incredible crit, so it's worth it if you are an offensive type of player. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.